Namaste. Good morning to each of you. Thank you for joining me this morning to honor your mind and your body and your spirit. Let's just take a few moments to become present. So if you could find a nice, comfortable seated position where the back of your spine, back of your neck is nice and tall and long, opening up your chest, opening up your diaphragm, and opening up your heart. And gently close your eyes and soften your thoughts. Soften your eyes. Soften your shoulders. And soften your heart. Observe your breath as it is, soft and gentle, breathing life into you with each inhale and relaxation with each exhale. Feel the grace of being present, returning to that awareness again and again. You may open your eyes now. For this morning's intention, you may think of a positive word or phrase to have with you on your mat and perhaps carry with you throughout the day. This morning's intention I'd like to talk about is the fifth and last Yama. It's Aparigraha, and that is Sanskrit for non-attachment, non-possessiveness, non-hoarding. The A, whenever a Sanskrit word begins with A, that means non. So this guideline is simply about letting go. Consider this quote from Deborah Adele, who wrote the book Yamas and Niyamas, which I highly recommend. She said, "A bird cannot hold its perch and fly." I just love that. A bird cannot hold its perch and fly. Our mind, our body, and our spirit can become attached to things like possessions, emotions, experiences, and expectations. But like the bird, when we let go of our grasp on these things, we are free to fly. This Yama, Aparigraha, teaches us to let go. It invites us to pack lightly for our journey through life, all the while caring deeply and enjoying fully. For this morning's pranayama, I'd like to quote again Deborah Adele. She said, "The simple act of inhaling and exhaling teaches us about the fullness of breathing in life without the need to hold on to it." Another wonderful quote. So this morning, I want to emphasize the act of letting go by us doing the pranayama, which is called Vishama Vritti. It's similar to the Sama Vritti, the equal length breath, but the Vishama actually extends the exhale by a couple of counts. So the Sama Vritti, we have equal counts for the inhale, equal counts for the exhale. This will do count of 4 for the inhale, but a count of 6 to the exhale. And as you know, we've done before, tailor this to your own breath, to your own sequence numbering. So whatever your own personal numbering comfort zone is, just add 2 counts to the exhale. So let's start that. And I'm just going to do a few using the count of 4 and 6, and then I'm going to be quiet and you can continue on and use your own count. So let's inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can continue on now with your own count. We'll do this for a few moments. You may return to your natural breath. And for this morning's meditation, there's a mudra called Kshepana, and that is a mudra that helps to let go of things which no longer serve you. And the mudra is interlacing your fingers and then bringing your index fingers in an upright position. And you would hold it at your heart center. So let's just take a few moments meditation with that. And actually the first asana, when we begin, we'll have this mudra in it. So take a few moments to meditate, and I will meet you on the mat. You may open your eyes, and if you want to maintain the Kshepana Mudra, we're going to start with a few head nods and turns and circles. So keeping your fingers at heart level, we're just going to tip our head looking down. Inhale, lift our head up, send our eyes up to gaze at the top of a tree. And then exhale, bring our head back down. Look at our mat, our foot. Inhale, lift your eyes up to the sky. Exhale, lower your head toward the ground. Inhale, lift your eyes to the sky. And then exhale, bringing your head back to the center. We're going to inhale, bringing our head, twisting our head to the left, gently and slowly. Send our gaze over to the left side. And then exhale, back. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, turn your head to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, turn to the right. And back to center. And we'll stay here. And we're going to make a circle using our nose as the writing instrument. So just start with small circles. Your face will maintain its gaze toward front. Small circles one way. Inhaling on the up and exhaling on the down. And then switch directions. And inhaling on the up, exhaling on the down. And then bring your head back to neutral position. We'll do a few shoulder shrugs so you can release your mudra. Place your hands on your lap or your knees, and then just gently roll your shoulders up toward your ears. Roll them toward your back, bringing the shoulder blades together. Roll them down toward the ground, and then rolling them forward and then up toward your ears again. Exhale, bringing toward the back and down toward the mat. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. I have a funny anecdote that I was looking for poses to let go. And I came across one that was called moving pranayama. And the instructor, and I forget his name, was talking about it being, a way to let go. And it was kind of using the pranayama that we just used, with the exhales a little bit longer and the inhale a little shorter. And it dawned on me as I'm watching this, and that all the asanas, all the poses should be considered moving pranayamas. I mean, they all should be labeled as such, because we all try to synchronize our breath with our movement. And that's one of the tenets of yoga. So I'm like, okay, well, you may want to call this particular pose a moving pranayama, but they all are. So let's bring that to a rest, and we're going to bring our fingertips to the sides. And we're going to start today with our sun breaths with our fists clenched, or just close, gently close. You don't have to tighten them up, just gently close them into a fist. And then inhale, bringing the fists up overhead. And then on the exhale, we're going to explode our fingers open, just stretch them open, letting go and bringing them down. And if you want, you can even twinkle your fingers a little bit to have them shower down to the earth. So again, at the bottom, have that gentle fist. Inhale, bringing that up overhead. And then exhale, explode your fingers out, maybe twinkle them down, letting go. Inhale with the fist, bringing them up overhead. And explode your fingers out, down, letting go. One last time, bring your fists overhead. And then explode, really stretching out your fingers, really letting go. Twinkling your fingers down. Now we're going to roll down on our backs on our mat. You can either do that express method or one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to take the slow route, the scenic route, and go one vertebrae at a time. And then bring my knees to my chest and give them a nice gentle hug. Then I'm going to send the legs up to the sky, your feet up to the sky. And if you have a towel or a small cushion, you can tuck it under your hips just to make it a little bit more easy. And this is called legs up a wall. There's an invisible wall here. And this is one of my favorite poses to let go. I often talk about it after gardening or if my back's a little sore. I go into this pose and my legs aren't either against the wall or against my kitchen cabinet so that they're resting, they're not active like they are now. It's just a really soothing, relaxing inversion posture. So we're going to take this legs up the wall and we're going to take our left hand, hold onto our left leg behind the thigh, and we're going to send our right leg out, do some clockwork. So we're going to send it out to 1 o'clock. You can put your right hand down, palm down, and kind of support your movement. And then bring it down to 2 o'clock. And then see if you can get to 3 o'clock. I'm kind of at 2:15, maybe 2:30. And just if you relax, maybe let go, soften your body. Maybe you'll get a little bit more movement toward the 3 o'clock. And then bring it back up to 2 o'clock. And then back up to 1 o'clock. And then back up to 12 o'clock. And we'll do that on the other side. So wrap your right hand around the back of your right thigh. Place your left arm down on the mat, palm down to support yourself. And then we go with the left foot over to 11 o'clock. And then to 10 o'clock. And then 9 o'clock, maybe. And again, just relax. Take an inhale and then a relaxing exhale. See if that lowers your leg any further. Oh, I have a support here. And then we'll bring it back to 10 o'clock, back to 11 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock. And we'll bring our feet down to the mat and remove the towel if you had that underneath your hips. We're going to send our left leg down to the bottom of the mat and bring our right knee up to our chest, interlacing our fingers around our knee. Just give that a nice hug. You flex the toes so they're pointing up to the sky. And this is a pose. It helps with your pelvic reset. And I call it around the block. It's a class I took a while ago, and I'm blanking on the name of the type of yoga it is. But what you would do is you extend your knee fully away from you, or extend your arm so that your knee is fully away from you by the length of your arm, and then bring the knee over so it's hovering over the left thigh, and then guide that right knee toward your left shoulder, bringing it up toward the left shoulder, and then guide it over to the right shoulder where we started, and then extend fully again, extending your arm, pushing your knee away from you, and then guide that knee over the left thigh, guide that knee up toward your left shoulder, and then guide it over toward the right shoulder. And we'll do that one more time on this side. So fully extend your arm out, knee away from you. Guide that knee over to on top over the left thigh. Guide the right knee up toward your left shoulder. And then guide it up toward the right shoulder. And then bring your left leg up to both knees or to the chest and give them both a nice hug. And then we'll extend the right leg down to the bottom of the mat. Knees are interlaced around your left knee. Toes are flexed. And we'll take our left hand onto our left kneecap and extend our arm fully away. Bring the left knee over our right thigh. Guide that left knee up toward our right shoulder. And then guide it up toward the left shoulder. Fully extend your arm, pushing your knee away from you. Bring the left knee cap over the right thigh. Left knee comes up toward your right shoulder. And then guide it over toward your left shoulder. Fully extend your arm one more time. Left knee goes over the right thigh. Left knee comes up toward your shoulder. And then left knee comes over to the left shoulder. And bring your right knee up. Both knees are over the chest and give them both a nice hug. And then we're going to come up to tabletop. So you can either turn over to your side and come up to tabletop, or if you'd like, you can tuck your hands underneath your knees and roll up to a seated position. Cross your legs in front of you and then lean over, come up onto your hands and knees from there. And put it in reverse. So tabletop, your fingers are spread wide apart. Index finger pointing up to the top of the mat. Wrists are right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips. Navel's tucked to your spine to create a nice flat back. Your weight is equally distributed in your hands and in your knees. Then we'll do a few cat cows. So inhale, lifting your head up, the tailbone goes up for cow. And then exhale, rounding your back, tucking your tailbone down and your head down for cat. Inhale, lifting your head and tailbone up for cow. Exhale, dropping your head and tailbone down for cat, rounding your back. Really stretching out that back vertebrae. Inhale, up for cow. Exhale, rounding the back for cat. And then just continue on for a few moments in that moving pranayama. Synchronizing your breath with your movements. And then come back to a neutral spine. And we're going to do a modified plank pose by kicking our left foot out like a kickstand outside the mat, sending our right foot down to the bottom of the mat. Our left wrist stays right below our left shoulder. And we're going to sweep our right hand up, and we're going to actually lift our right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, bring that both back down, hand and leg. Let's do that 2 more times. So sweep your right hand up to the sky while you're lifting your right leg up to the sky. And then bring it back down. 1 more time, sweeping that up. Leg comes up. Send your gaze up to your hand. And then exhale, bringing it all back down. Let's do that on the other side. So come back to tabletop. Your right wrist is right below the right shoulder. We kickstand our right leg out side of the mat. Left foot goes down to the bottom of the mat. Then we'll lift our left hand, sweeping it up to the sky as we lift our left leg up to the sky. And then bring that back down. 2 more times, sweeping our left hand up. Left leg comes up. And then back down. And one last time, sweeping our left hand up. Left leg goes up. And then come back down. Come back to tabletop. I'm going to bring our hips to our heels and come into hero's pose. So you can use a block if you want, or you can rest on your heels, or if you want, you can curl your toes under and rest on your heels that way. But having my feet to the tops of the feet are against the mat. And then we're going to interlace our fingers behind our hips for chest openers. So gently relaxing your shoulders, roll them back. And then extend your hands out from your hips. And exhale, bringing your interlaced fingers over to the right waist. Exhale, or inhale, lift or bringing the fingertips back away from your hips. Exhale over to the left waist. Inhale, extend them out the back of you. And keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed. Bring your interlaced fingers over to the right waist. Inhale, extend them fully back. Bring them over to the left waist. One last time, extend your hands fully back. Concentrate on relaxing your upper body. I know that sounds contradictory, but let go. Relax. And then release your hands, bring them to the mat. We'll tuck our toes under. Walk our hands back, coming into a squat. Come up into mountain pose. We'll go through our mountain essentials for good posture. So your toes are facing the straight edge of the mat. You lift your toes up off the mat. Spread your toes as far apart as they can. And then bring your toes down to the mat, lifting your heels up off the mat. And then bring your heels back down. Really feel that connection to the earth, to your mat. Get grounded. Your legs are nice and straight and strong. Gentle bend in your knees. The navel's tucked to your spine. Shoulders are relaxed and rolled back. Chin is just tucked ever so slightly toward your chest, allowing the crown of your head to reach up toward the sky. We're going to inhale, sweeping our hands up overhead. Big inhale, big exhale, bending at your knees, bringing your hands all the way down to the mat. Just check in here for a moment. See how everything's going. Take a deep inhale and exhale, sending that nourishing breath to any tension you may feel. And then inhale, bring your hands up to your shins. Flatten out your back, sending your gaze down toward the mat for half forward fold. And then exhale, sending the crown of your head down toward the mat. And inhale, sweeping your hands all the way up overhead. Coming up onto your tippy toes for palm tree. We'll just sway here for a moment. Work on our balance. And then bring your heels back down. Send your hands back down to the mat, bending your knees all the way. Inhale, bring your hands up to your shins, flattening out your back. Sending your gaze down toward the ground. And then exhale, send the crown of your head down toward the ground. And inhale, sweeping your hands all the way up overhead. We'll do a few supported side stretches. So hands come together. Then we'll bring our right hand down to our right thigh and slide it down to our right knee. Create a nice crescent shape. Inhale, come back up. Left hand comes down to the left thigh, slide it down toward the left knee. And then inhale, come back up. One more time on each side. Right hand comes down, sliding it down toward the knee. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring your left hand to the thigh, sliding your left hand down toward the knee. And hold here for a moment. And then inhale, bring your both hands back up overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands back down to the mat, bending your knees as you go. Inhale, bring them up to your shins, flattening out your back. Create a nice, long, straight spine. And then exhale, dropping the crown of your head down toward the mat. Then inhale, sweep your hands all the way up overhead. Palms come together. Palms come to heart center. And we're going to do a supported back bend. And I have another one after this, so I kind of reversed the order today. So feet are hip width apart. Fingertips are on the back of your hips with the fingertips pointing down. Shoulders are relaxed and rolled back. Chin is tucked to your chest. And then just drop your shoulders back till you reach that sweet spot where your breathing is still nice and fluid. And then inhale, come back up. And this additional one I have, it's a little bit of a aerobic one. So with your mat, do it sideways first. With your mat, you bring your right foot to the edge, so your pinky's on the edge of the mat, and bring your right arm up at the same time. So you start, bring your right foot to the edge, bring your right arm up. Then you're going to bring your left foot, so your left pinky is at the edge, bringing your left arm up. And then you're going to bring your right foot back to center, bringing your right arm down. Bring your left foot back to center, left arm comes down. So you're just kind of making a triangle. So inhale, right foot goes forward, right arm goes up. In left hand or left foot goes forward, left hand goes up. Right foot comes back, right hand comes back, down. Left foot comes back, left hand comes down. So inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Another moving pranayama. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. One last time. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. There we go. So with our position in mountain pose, we're going to lift our right leg and send it in back of us, coming into a wide-legged stance. And your toes are going to point up to the corners of the mat. Heels are tucked in at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to lift our arms up into a star. And then clench our fists and bringing them down to goalposts as we lower our hips down, coming into goddess. Inhale up to star. Exhale down, goddess. Inhale up to star. Exhale down to goddess. Inhale up to star. Exhale down to goddess. Inhale up to star. Bring your arms down to shoulder height. We're going to pivot our right foot and left foot. Left foot's going toward the short edge of the mat, coming into warrior two. Find your nice comfortable warrior two where your knees stacked over your ankle. You still see the big toe. chest is open to the long side of the mat. And send your gaze to your left fingertips. I'm going to drop our right hand while we lift the left hand up into warrior, reverse warrior level. And then bring our left fingertips down as we bring our right arm back up, back to warrior two. And then we're going to bring our left arm down to our left thigh. Bring our right arm up so it's pointing straight to the sky. And then we're going to slide our left hand all the way down to the mat. And send your gaze up to your right hand. And then lift our right hand up so that we come back to warrior two. We'll straighten out the left leg. We're going to come into triangle. So we're going to reach our left hand toward an object and then drop it down to our left thigh or shin and slide it as far down as is comfortable for you. Coming into triangle pose, lifting your head up to the sky, to your hand. And then bring yourself back up into warrior two again. Then we're straightening out our left leg again. We drop our arms down. And I'd like you to move your right foot so that it's not directly in back of your left foot, but a little bit to the right, so that perhaps your heels match up or you're in two different tracks, so that one foot's not right behind the other. And your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your front leg's straight. I'm going to gently twist to face the short edge of the mat. So have your right leg get comfortable with that. So move it around to get comfortable with that. And we'll interlace our hands behind our back for a yoga lock. And we'll just pivot at the waist, bringing our straight back down so that we're gazing down toward the ground as if we're in half forward fold with our interlaced fingers out behind us. This is a form of pyramid pose. And then I'd like you to release your fingers, bringing them down to the mat. You can bend your knee. We're going to lift our right leg up. And you can stay here. We're working into half moon position. So you can stay here, or if you can, lift your right arm up to the sky, lifting your gaze to the right. And bring everything back down. Come back into forward fold. Inhale, come back up to mountain. Palms come together. Palms come to heart center. I don't know if anyone noticed last night, but there was exactly a half moon out there. So we'll do this pose in celebration of that. So we're going to do all that on the other side. So we start with mountain. I'm going to lift my left leg up and extend it in back of me, coming into wide-legged stance. And toes are pointing to the corners of the mat. Heels are tucked in. Sending our arms up into a V shape for star pose. And then making gentle fists, bringing our arms into goal pose while we lower our hips, come down into goddess. Inhale, lift up to star. Exhale, down to goddess. Inhale, up to star. Exhale, down to goddess. Inhale, up to star. And exhale, down to goddess. Inhale one last time up to star. Bring your arms to shoulder height. Pivot your feet so that they are going to come into warrior two position. So your right knees over your right ankle, just so you can see your tips of your right toes. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle, snugging the back edge of it into the mat. Taking a gentle gaze at your right fingertips. We're going to lower our left hand down and raise the right hand up to the sky for reverse warrior. And then come back to warrior two. And then lower our right arm to our right thigh, sending our left fingertips up toward the sky for extended side angle. And we'll slide our right hand down toward the mat. And then lift our left hand up, coming back into warrior two. And we'll come into triangle. So we're going to straighten our right leg out, reach our right hand forward, then dropping it down toward our right leg, sending our left hand up to the sky. Then inhale, come, excuse me, back up to warrior two. And then again, for this modified pyramid, we're going to straighten out our front leg and adjust our back footing so that you're in two separate tracks, or just both feet. So our front leg will be straight. Our back leg is at a 45-degree angle, but have it on two separate tracks so that when you turn to face the top of the mat, your hips are comfortable. And we'll interlace our fingers behind our back, really straighten out our spine, pivot at the waist, leaning forward, sending our hands out and back of us, gaze goes down. And then we'll go into that half moon position. So again, you can bring your hand, both hands to the mat and lift your left leg up. And if you want, you can sweep your left hand up to the sky, turning your body to open it toward the left. And then bring everything back down, come into forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands up overhead. Palms come together, palms come to heart center. Then we'll do our wide-legged stance, so our squat rather. So again, pinkies to the edge of the mat, heels tucked in, palms come to heart, palms come to your heart. And then lowering your hips down toward the mat, bringing your torso between your legs. Your elbows are snug against the inner part of your knee. And then you can bring your hands down toward the mat for a little bit wider stretch. And then we'll bring our sit bones onto the mat. And we'll roll down. Again, you could either do express or one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to do express. Knees come to your chest. Give them a nice hug. Maybe rock to give your lower back a nice massage. Maybe make circles with your toes one way and then the other way. And then bring the soles of your feet down to the mat and tucking your heels up toward your hips. Knees are hip width apart. We're going to bring our hands back of our head, interlacing our fingers, and we're going to create just a nice cradle for our hands. We're going to do some kind of recline cobra poses, if you will. So with your hands just supporting like a hammock, not pulling your head up. You're going to lift our chest up as far as you can, that's comfortable on the exhale, and then inhale, come back down to the mat. Exhale, lift your chest and chin up. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Actually, I think it's the reverse. So exhale, lifting up. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, come back down. And again, your hands aren't doing anything. They're just there to support your head. Exhale, lift your chest up. Inhale, come back down. And one last time, exhale, lifting your chest and chin up. Inhale, come back down. We bring our hands alongside of us, palms facing down, arms are at an angle. And keeping our knees where they are, again, they're hip width apart, knees are parallel to one another. We're going to do some windshield wipers. So this is a nice gentle flow. So you lower your knees to the right on the exhale, inhale, bringing back to center, moving over to the left side, exhaling, coming down to the left. Inhale, back up to center, exhale down to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale down to the left. Make that nice, gentle flow of your legs back and forth, coordinating it with your inhales and your exhales. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. A few more times here for the windshield wiper. And then bring your knees back to center where your soles of your feet are on the mat. Knees are pointing up to the sky. And we'll do a few bridge poses. So we're going to round our back so the lower back is flat against the mat, creating a nice bowl shape in our tummy, and then pushing down to our feet, lifting up as far up that is comfortable for you, keeping your knees parallel. Hands alongside, palms down for support. And slowly letting go, finding your vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time as you lower back down to the mat. Inhale, making that round in your lower back, that bowl in your tummy, push down to your feet, lift your hips up to the sky, and then lower one vertebrae at a time, softly, gently, with control. Look for a nice soft landing. We'll do that one more time. So round your tummy, push down into your feet, lift your hips up toward the sky, and then slowly let go and bring your vertebrae down to the mat. And then once you have your soft landing, you extend your feet down to the bottom of the mat, bringing the heels to each corner, letting your feet flop open, and prepare for Shavasana. This is the ultimate letting go pose. You just relax every part of your body, maybe do a body scan starting with your toes. Wiggle your toes and then just let them relax. Feel your ankles and then tell them to relax. Feel your knees and tell them to relax. Do that on your waistline. Let go. Relax your shoulders, letting them go deep into the mat. Relax your facial muscles, letting go of any tension. Let go of any worries. Send them into a cloud and watch the cloud drift away. Today's poem is by Danna Faulds called Let It Go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation.